I'm running out of time, so I'm going to go to my last of my 7 deadly sins. And this to me is the most important one. Because prior to this, I've talked about your company job, your agent job, your focus on the consumer. But there's one person I haven't talked about, and that's you. I want to tell y'all something. I was raised a child of a realtor. My daddy is my mentor, one of my best friends. I love him so much. The man has been in the industry for 38 years this coming year. And he has one enemy to show for it. That's pretty impressive. Tommy, you know who that is. We love him anyway, don't we? We love my daddy. But when I was a kid and the phone rang in the kitchen, and it was red, and Daddy bought that long cord from Southern Belle so he could go down the hall 3 doors and go in so he wouldn't have to hear the children fighting. Because you know how children are. Phone rings, they talk and fight. You hang up, they're done. I think that's just how children operate. Well, Daddy would get the phone and go hide from us. But if it rang at 6:30 in the middle of supper, Daddy would get up and answer it. Because we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have voicemail. Didn't have answering machines yet. This was a little while ago. I got a good color, so you don't know how old I am. And I understand he was making a living for his family, but as the kid at the table, what did I see? I saw Daddy getting up. I did track in high school. I was the only white girl in the county that did shot and discus, because that's not what the white girls did. Daddy didn't come to my track meets because he was showing houses. Bootsy Banks was always there with me. I love Bootsy Banks. I miss him a lot. But I wanted Daddy there. Mama couldn't come because she was working a normal 8 to 5 job. I didn't expect her to come, but Daddy could have been there in my head because he was a realtor. And as a child of a realtor, I went to lots of open houses. When Hurricane Hugo came through Charlotte, Daddy was representing a builder, and we were very grateful that we had water we could get access to because our well was out for 2 weeks. Those things are good, but as a kid, I wanted Daddy with me. So I'm going to ask y'all a very honest question here. Who in here has ever skipped date night, cut it short, rescheduled it, or worked a deal in the bathroom because you had real estate to do? Raise your hand high and loud. Your loved ones have suffered for your real estate business. Your spouses, your partners, the people you're trying to date. How about your kids? How many of y'all have missed a PTA meeting, a ball game, a dance recital? Something important to your kid for real estate. Raise your hands. And I'm going to tell you what counts in this category. If you're at the ball game with your phone doing this, you're not there. You need to be where you are. I watch those parents because I coach my kids in their sports because it forces me not to have my phone out. And the kids are out there going, Mama, look, Daddy, look, hey, look at me, look at me. And you can't because you're thinking about the next deal. You've allowed your priorities to become inverted. And that hurts you big time. Because as an industry, we run around and we stomp our feet and declare, we want to be treated as professionals. I am a professional realtor. And we treat ourselves very poorly. The only reason the consumer thinks you work 24/7 is because you do work 24/7. You have not given them any reason to expect something different. It is okay to tell that consumer, I list houses between 8:30 and 4:30 Monday through Thursday. Why don't you list on the weekends? My weekends are reserved for out-of-town buyers. Isn't that fair? Sundays for this girl, except for today, because I'm here with y'all. That's why we have in church. Sundays for me are worship and family. I go to church. And by the way, on that note, I refuse categorically and emphatically to deny my relationship with Jesus Christ because of real estate. And I'm going to tell you something. Those of you that don't know Him, He wants to know you too. But maybe you have a different faith than me. I didn't say your faith was wrong, but own it. Your clients want you to have opinions. Your clients want you to be a human being. I am a human being, and part of my humanity is my relationship with God and with Jesus. And by the way, I do cuss because I know when He was in the temple getting mad, throwing those tables over, He wasn't saying, hey, how are y'all? He was mad. But on that note, you know, Sundays for me are worship and family. I go to the in-laws first to get that done, then go to my mama's house to relax. And the clients that work with me know that because I tell them that. So they don't expect me on Sundays. Is that okay? If an offer comes in on my listing, am I going to work it? Yeah. And I tell them that. I'm like, I'll work an offer if it comes in, but I'm not going to come list your home or show properties because I owe a great portion of who I am to those who love me most. And I love all of y'all, but when I'm dead, you won't remember me more than a month or so after I'm gone. You won't remember each other that long either. You might go to the receiving and send a card and make a post on Facebook, and then you'll have moved on. Your life needs to be about the people who will remember you, the ones who would cry and be changed if you weren't with them. So why are you not spending time with your kids and your spouses and your partners and your best friends and your parents? That transaction is ephemeral. It will be gone. Your loved ones, they matter right now. And I'm already over time. If y'all will humor me for 3 more minutes. Okay. You see this picture right here? That's airplane mode. Try it sometime. Your phone won't buzz, won't ring, and that's okay because it allows you to focus. When y'all are networking with each other, sometimes you're talking to somebody and you get your phone out and look. And if I'm talking to Gloria and I get my phone out and look at it, does she think I've paid attention to her at all? I'm looking for somebody better or something different. We do it to each other. We do it to our loved ones all the time. I do this in the car when my kids are with me. My kids are 9 and 10. So they sit behind me in the back seat, and I hear it all when I'm driving. I put my phone on airplane mode, and I make sure they watch me do it because I want them to know that I am present the whole time, that I am not shortchanging what they're telling me because some deal may come across. Now, my kids know I'm making a sacrifice of time with them to help you guys out. But when I get home on the red eye, you won't be able to find me for a couple of days because I will be all about Timmy and Cora. They matter to me. My husband, Steve, matters to me. He's my first husband. Only one I've had, but I like to call him my first husband because it aggravates him. And he's a good man. See, and he goes running with me because I'm a runner. And if you want to know why I run, frankly, it's because I like to eat. And secondly, it's because I don't want to be fat and miserable and grumpy. And I was getting fat and miserable and grumpy 3 years ago, and I decided to start running. Now, y'all are going to hand me a bunch of excuses about how your knees hurt and your lungs are wore out and you're tired, fat, stupid. I don't know what your story is. But you could get your lazy self up, put some shoes on, walk around the building one time. Reason we run as a family is because the phones can't interrupt that. My kids tell me things when they run and walk with me that they don't say across the table because they don't look you in the eye when they're beside you. I hear lots of things, and I want to be there in their lives. I want to be present. My Timmy is 9. He was born with a hereditary kidney problem where he can't concentrate his urine. And so Timmy drinks 2 gallons of water a day and goes to the bathroom every hour and a half. And he's never slept through the night. And he now, we found out a couple months ago, has a birth defect in his bladder, which is 10 times the size it should be. So we're working with specialists about what our options are. Not every kid has major problems. Timmy's very healthy. He's cool. He'll be fine. We have great doctors. But it reminds me in a really personal, poignant way that I can't take any minute I have with him for granted. I can't take any day for granted I have with my husband or my parents or my best friend who's been my best friend since kindergarten and just finished her bilateral mastectomy and her last chemotherapy treatment. She's 40 years old. I won't trade them for a deal. It's not worth it. I beg of y'all, if you will treat yourselves as well as you would like the consumer to treat you on your realtor side, your life will change. Your business will change. And the consumer will look at you. When you say, I'm a realtor, they will say, you are lucky. Thank you very much.